Crystal Edge Technology screens. We are the designers, our inventors of our Supreme 12, Supreme 15, the exotics, and our advanced ambient light projection 17s. All right, so we're going to be, we have a lineup that was going to be coming out. No, not going there. Hold on a minute. Got to come in and change something really quick. Wi-Fi's been acting up today, but I'm just going to leave it alone today. We're using it right now in here, but for some reason it's been acting up with the phone. All right, so we got something new today, and we got a few name changes, and we switched over. So the outdoor paint that we're developing, the new black outdoor, is going to be called an Ultra Nova Advanced Ambient Light Projection. That's going to be changed over to that. We're going to keep the Advanced Ambient Light Projection 17, so it's the same name we have. And this is something new. We had another one in the back, which is something new also too. I'm going to be switching over. Usually when I do these demonstrations, when I first start off, we start off with the 4300 lumen Chrissy. I'm going to be doing them from now on my 720p 600 by 800 res 720p or 720p 600 by 800 res projector. That's what we're going to be using, the one I got for 150 bucks. I like this one much better. I don't know why, I just do. All right, so let's start this demonstration here. So the test demonstration, and then I'll show you what it looks like. And then we'll do another one. We got another one back there too. So Lord gave me two screen paints for today. They were just made about a few minutes ago. We're going to be doing this one and another one. And then later on, we're going to be doing a demonstration on gray screens, contrast levels. And it's one of the things, like I said, that if you're watching anybody displaying a gray screen, one of the things you need to be looking for is contrast levels and how well lit the environment is. It's important because, like I said, if you're going to be displaying this in your environment and that screen can't pull up a proper contrast level, then just about everything else is going to fade on your screen, including your colors and everything else that goes with it. And we have the 22,000 to 1 contrast projector right here for that demonstration, which will be coming up soon. And then later on today, I have to take pictures of the 235.1 screen to start getting ready to load those up on the website. All right, so let's get it cracking, Jackson, because I have much to do today. Let me bring the stand down a little bit, so at least you can be eye level to the screen. And you're going to be quite shocked when you see the color of this stuff, because it's weird. It is really, really weird. You can already see by the trim right there that it's not black, it's not gray, it's none of those above at all, period. Doesn't even come close to that. Now this was made about, I'd say 30 minutes ago, 30 or 40 minutes ago. This was made. This is made today. Mine, this is all being projected off a $150 projector. That's 720p, 600 by 800 res SVGA. At $150. Now these particular models that were made by ViewSonic, it's a cheaper model. You can get them for like at retail price. The most you'll pay for it, it's like 280 bucks or $270. It's cheap. That's brand new. And it does have the 235.1 anamorphic lens. All right, let's come out of here and let's grab a few of these in here. And we'll go right down the line. I'll put you up a little closer. I have to admit, when I painted this, I doubted a little bit. I was like, I don't know how this is going to even come up because the color of it is really crazy looking. And I'm thinking, I don't know how this is even going to how it's going to even come up. Lord said, paint the screen in, put it up, and I'll show you. And I'm glad I did because I was looking at it, I was going to scrap this. Sometimes you got to learn to, and that's because everybody doubts. Everybody doubts. But if you see when y'all show you the color of this stuff, you're going to be like, wow, that is from that. Yeah, it's crazy. Now, is this going to be launching anytime soon? No, it's not. Actually, this is technology that we're actually working on for something else. There's two of them over there. They're not going to be launched. We got too much stuff on the site as it is right now. This is for something else. It's going to be available for customers, but not right now. I think companies would utilize this more if they're doing it for some kind of gaming showroom display or something like that, because when you see the color of the screen, this is not exactly the kind of color on this surface that you want to paint in your theater room. It is an interesting color. I'm going to tell you that right now. Unless you got some kind of well, I don't know way I can explain this to you. If you have some kind of, like I said, yeah, you would, this would be perfect if you have a gaming environment or something like that, something that would have a lot of bright colors and stuff like that. But in a settled theater room, no, you wouldn't be putting this stuff in there. Even though the screen paint is amazing, you're not going to put this in there. The color of the screen alone is going to offset your entire environment. You're going to have to build the environment around the screen. If you want something different, you want something artsy, then this is for you. I may have to go outside and lay it down on the deck so you can see how weird this stuff looks. I mean, I tell you, it has a strange color to it. I am not joking. It has a really crazy color. And like I said, the color when it came out was so crazy. I was sitting there thinking, there is no way in the world this thing's going to pick up properly. And like I said, sometimes you got to listen to what the Lord tells you to do. Keep your mouth shut and just listen. And then when I was looking at painting this stuff, and I was thinking, oh, this is going to come out looking really, it's going to be crazy looking when it comes out. I don't even know how it's going to react. But sometimes the Lord tells you, be quiet. And I even took the container and I stuck it. We have a section where we put the containers at. And I put it over there in that container under testing. Probably would need more upgrade or more testing, but I'm glad I did go back and I did memorize how it was made. I had to go run through the house trying to find me an ink pen so I can write down the ingredients on how it was made.
The chicken or the egg? The question isn't which came first.
So always which came first. I think it's no. It would be the chicken. And it has coating. It has 100% coating embedded. That's why if you look at the strange color, it can pick up color. But I think what most people are curious about, if I do three, I have to do a 3-screen certified. Keep in mind, anything we make from the door has to go through a 3-screen certified. We have to do the color pattern. That has to be done right from the door. So I got to go upstairs and get my sample sheets, get my tape, get everything ready, and then we got to do the blue, greens, all that, so forth, as we do every other screen. I may be wanting some of this in one of the rooms. I think I might do my gamers. No, I forgot. We got to do acoustic for the gamers screen. I don't have enough room to do enough screens. Man. All right, we got 3 screens from the door, right there. Mind you, when we do the gray screens, which is that ultralight gray screen we developed, it's already did the 3-screen certified, but we're going to do that again against certified high performance gray screens, and we'll do the color change out also. We've already done this one already. Let's go grab ourselves another one. I want to get this one right here. See how these white levels are going to pop up. Like I said, we're doing these tests. No, it's no 1080p projector. We're all 720p's right now. And this is the lowest res I can get, the 600 or 800 by 600 res, SVGA. Lowest you're going to get on a projector right now as a name brand. LG snowboarding demonstration.
Getting that from YouTube.
It's almost like she already knows that I need them. Starfield demonstration.
Getting that from YouTube.
I like this commercial for some reason. I don't know why. See? Wait till you see the color of it. The color code technology is embedded in this stuff. White screen saver.
Getting that from YouTube.
Now we'll start the process of doing the color coding. So let's test it against 3 certified screens right from the door being made. We start off with the Dark Star 9 because I like to use the darker screens, and light screens. I like to see exactly how it's going to react. All right. Over here. Okay. That's what I'm telling you. Anytime you see screen paint being made, you're supposed to see this. Like, oh, but those are your tests. Yeah, they're my tests. They are. But you're still supposed to see this, because if they're not showing you this, then there's a problem there. You're supposed to see this right from the door. Anytime we show you a screen, this is the first thing we do. We show you white levels. On any screen we develop, we show you the white levels. We show you the colors. We don't just mix and blend a bunch of colors across the screen and go, voila, we're done. If I did that demonstration right now, just did those color displays off the screen, different demos, and say, okay, we're done. That's it. That's all you need to see. So you're not going to show me if it worked with ultra short throw. How does it work with low lumen? How does it react outside? You're not going to show me any of that. How does it compare with other high performance screens? How does the screen perceive in color? You're not showing me any of that. See? And you get it home, and you got to hear a whole bunch of excuses. Oh, you got to calibrate, and you got to adjust your lighting, and all of the nonsense. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, let's go. Let's see where the white levels lay first. This automatically tells me right from the door what's going to happen. Here we go. Red screen.
Audible lets you experience.
She's having a moment today.
To try
Blue screen.
getting that from YouTube.
Wait, I can come out of here and pretty much go through what I need to go through. Because she'll fight me on that red screen. I don't know why. She's so angry. I'm sorry. I have to be in line with the screen. Because the screen's reflective. The Dark Star 9s are reflective. If you turn to the side, they become dark. So you have to be right in the middle of them. Alright, so we have red screen. We have blue screen. Oops, we didn't want to go through that. Let's go through our colors here. Let's go over here. We're going to pick up green. There's green. We are going to pick up the multiple shades star field. There's the star field. We need to pick up multiple colors. Where's the multiple color shades? Nope, not right there. There we go. Darkstar 9 is doing pretty good for picking up his shades, but as I said before, once you get up on top of the screen, you'll see exactly how the colors are coming up. And as I said before, this one has the narrow viewing cone. See how they become dark on the screen? Get right in front of them. Get right in front. These two are having problems picking up color. This is picking up color, but it's not matching the red. It's not matching the colors, but it's coming close to it. Now, at the end of the day, I do know for a fact that when we do the ultra short throw, well, I'm not going to do ultra short throw test today, but when we do the ultra short throw, we can't use the Darkstar 9. Darkstar 9s are ultra short throw compatible, can't use that. And the Parallax, I think it's one, I remember your name already. That can't be used as ultra short throw. So those screens already get a strike against it, because keep in mind that screen paint is ultra short throw compatible, can be used outside. None of those screens up there can go outside, not one of them. And several of the screens we have up there, like I said, are not ultra short throw compatible, so you're not using it with an ultra short throw. That screen paint is ultra short throw compatible, fully weatherproof, and can work with long throw and short throw projectors, where those particular screens are stuck. They can't. And then on top of that, you consider the price point. So two choices: either the technology will either match the technology, or our technology will overpower it. Right now, from what I'm seeing from the Dark Star 9, the Dark Star 9 is the darkest screen we have in our category. And right now, that screen right there is kind of matching a little bit, but not by much. And like I said, it still has its flaws, because I said at the end of the day, you cannot use with an ultra short throw projector. It will not work. That screen will come up blank. And then consider the fact the color of the screen, which you haven't even seen yet. You think you see the screen at the bottom, that's not the color. Keep in mind, these screens actually go dark when they go in front of a projector. Just like when I showed you the screen with the Epic Blue. They look light blue. You stick them in front of a projector, they start turning dark. With the, sorry about that, with the ultralight grays, they look light. You stick them in front of a projector, they start growing dark.
Sorry.
So what this tells me from the door, from what I'm seeing on the end, like I said, color is not matching over here. Color's not matching here. It's matching better here, because like I said, that's a darker screen. All right, that'll work. And like I said, you have to deal with narrow viewing cone. See it from the front. See it turn black? Usually screens that have reflective surfaces suffer from this. They suffer from the narrow viewing cone effect, which means if we do a test on angle gain, if we pull the camera all the way around to see if the screen becomes dark, the Dark Star 9 is going to pull up a better image. It becomes a little dark around the edges, where this screen becomes dark. If we go over top, the Gray Cinema 5D is going to pick up a better image, but it's not going to match our screen, and the screen's going to become dark. There you go. It's called narrow viewing cone effect. So if you had a screen with a narrow viewing cone effect, that means everybody is going to have to be sitting right in the center of the screen. If you move too much to the left or to the right, the screen becomes dark around the edges, and that distorts the image. Let's do really quick before I show up the screen's color. Let's go with this one right here. Oh shoot, I made a big mistake. Hold on for a minute, we gotta go back. Gotta go back. We made a big mistake here. We have to go back. White screen.
Getting that from YouTube.
We missed something. Definitely missed something. Got to go back. We've got to do the lights out. We have to do a lights out. That has to be done. Also, too, what I'm going to show you is, remember I told you about that narrow viewing cone? All right. Look how the screens are producing a nice bright white, right? Now watch this. Watch what happens when we get up on top of their screen. It'll start to turn dark. So reflective surfaces do that. That's one of the downsides. Reflective surface does reflect a lot of light, sometimes too much white light, but the problem is they can turn dark on you. So if you're standing right in front of it, It starts to reflect, and as you turn to the side, it turns dark. It kind of works the same way if you're driving a car and you see a jogger, and the jogger, you can see them while they're in your headlights, but as they start to move away from your headlights, they go dark. Same way. All right, so let me see, where's my remote control so we can get this one out of the way too. And green pulls up a lot of white, don't it? Well, actually, it's a greenish, but you'll see what color it is. Like I say, it's odd. The color red.
Getting that from YouTube.
We've got red. And from here, I should be able to switch over to what colors I want. Nope, they're just going to give me that right there. Boy, she's being very temperamental today. Let's see. The color blue.
Getting that from YouTube.
There's blue. They can't see. They can't. Like I said, with the lights on, some will do well. With the lights off, they won't do well. That's why I had to come back and do the demonstration again, because I have to do that demonstrations with lights on and lights off. The color green.
Getting that from YouTube.
Let's see if we get our green there.
Did someone say cheeseburgers?
Wawa has dinner every day starting at 4 p.m. Sounds good.
And the fact that we're blending a DMP supernova with the screen's color the way it is quite impressive. Let me see. Okay. Let's go over and let's grab, let's see, we got green. Can we get any other different colors? Let's get that star fill demonstration. This is star fill demonstration right there. Let's see other colors we need to get. We need the multiple colors. So I need to get that right there. We usually get that from red. Red screen.
Audible lets you experience.
I don't know where in the world she's getting Audible books from. Red screen.
Ask me to read the hot.
Red screen.
Audible lets you experience
See?
books in a whole new way.
Technology
To try
for you.
one, ask me.
Blue screen.
Getting that from YouTube.
I wanted red screen because red screen usually triggers off the color changers. That's why I wanted the red screen. But apparently I can't get that from her because for some reason she thinks I keep saying multiple books out of red screen. I don't know. So as you can see right there, what I mean by people saying, well, it's somewhat matching your screen. The screen is nowhere in the world a traditional color screen. And the fact that it is pulling color like this is quite remarkable. This is not your gray screen, black screen, or even light gray screen. This screen is the weirdest color you've ever seen. And the fact that it can pull this color with no problem, yeah, that's the whole purpose of showing how it looks next to a certified screen when it pulls color. That it can pull normal color, brighter colors, more advanced colors. That's the whole purpose of the certified side by side. Because people are going to ask me, okay, this screen's purple. Can this produce the same purple as a traditional screen? And it can, and sometimes better. All right, let's go grab some birds. Now keep in mind, that's a $5,000 screen right there. That's a $3,000 screen right there. And that is a $1,300 to $1,400 screen right there. All 100 inches only. 2 of them will not work with ultra short throws. Now, let's show you the odd color. Oops, you almost saw my ingredient sheets. Turn that to the side. You're not supposed to see that. Probably couldn't read my handwriting to begin with. That's the color of it. That's the color of the screen that you just saw over there on display. That's the color of it. Told you. Strange, weird color. You've never seen the screen, but yet it's blending in. And it has the ability to outperform. Put this top off. So you can see the color of it. There you go. There's your color right there. This is the new. Isn't that beautiful? That's the color right there. That's the new stuff. All right, so let me remove my screen from here. Let me go over here for a minute. I'm gonna open up this door. I gotta do a demonstration on this pretty soon, and that is our other screen paint right there. That's the ultralight. Remove this out of the way. Put that right there. Right here. And that way you can get a chance to see the color of my screen. That's the color of it. See how these screens are far more darker than my screen? And my screen is able to pull a contrast level high enough to blend into their screen. Even blend into the screen when it comes to bright colors, even snow levels. And the screen is green. A very light green at that. And yet I can blend right into the screens like it's no problem whatsoever. That's why I figure if I had the comments activate, the first thing I would hear is, oh, but it blended into your screen. That's why I didn't show you the color of the screen. I didn't show you the color of it because I wanted you to be surprised when you saw it. Because I knew that you would basically, we're not saying my customers, but I knew the naysayers would come in and say, well, it's blended into your screen. But look at the color of it. And look how dark these screens are compared to my screen. But yet my screen can blend into theirs. And in some ways, outperform them when it comes to producing brighter colors. Yeah, that's the color of that technology. I told you it's not something you'd want to paint in your home theater setup. Because, as I said before, it is really an odd, strange color. Oopsie. There you go. Isn't that interesting? Told you guys, technology is absolutely incredible on what he can do. And this was developed about 30-40 minutes ago. It took 20 minutes to make both of them. So in a 20-minute span time, both of those screens were developed in that time. Like I said, it takes those screens years and years and years to develop technology, and God blesses us to be able to develop this technology in no time at all. So yesterday I did a demonstration on a few things, and the next day I get up and the Lord says, we got 2 screens to do, and this is what I got. Like I said, look at the color of it. This is not going to be available. Not right now. I got other projects I got to work on. This was just done for the sake of, the Lord gave me the idea. I have to decide whether or not we're going to launch it or not. I don't know, to tell you the truth, because like I said, it has a strange color to it, and I don't know how anyone's going to utilize this unless you're using it for gaming, or I don't know what you would use it for. Maybe you got an art display or something. I don't know. how you would utilize it. To tell you the truth, honestly, I don't know. Um, I don't know. I can't tell you. This guy beats the crap out of his phone. I don't even do that kind of damage to my phone. So until we figure out what to do with this, I'll make it part of the art exhibit, because like I said, we're working on doing an art exhibit where we're going to do different color screens and some really nice frames for people to go in and to explore. Keep in mind, this is going to be all COVID safe environment, and we're going to have it so people can they just think they're going to be looking at pictures of different shades of color. They don't realize they're actually looking at a physical screen, and then later on we'll just cut the projectors on and they can see the screens react. It has to be a different way to display this stuff. And yeah, it's exotic technology because, like I said, exotics are the only ones who have weird, crazy colors to them. These are 15s. Just don't know whether or not we're going to actually be able to do this. Now, the reason why this was developed is because I told you before that one of the problems we had with the exotics, 3 of the formulas that we needed to add in to activate an exotic, we can't get our hands on them because they're in back order. So what the Lord had me do, what we're doing right now, is we figured out a way how to still design the exotic without those 3 different codes. So now we don't need it. We don't require it. Exotics can be made. It's just the fact that the point of making the exotics, they are extremely complicated. What I mean by complicated, they are very, very complicated formulas to make. And they can become quite stressful to make them. So basically, just trying to figuring out different ways on how to make the exotic on a more easier, less complex level. Because like I said, each one of those formulas is very, very complex to make. And it can become a bit of a headache from time to time. So, like I said, even though we have the technology within minutes of developing it, it's not an easy thing to put together. It's very complex. So the only way that we can basically mass produce the exotics is we have to figure out a different way on making them, but they still would have to have the same performance level as the original ones. This is what you're seeing right now. I try not to tell too much about what I'm working on and how it's being worked on, but like I said, I have to be honest with you, and that's what I'm telling you. And they are complicated to make, very complicated. This right here breaks it down and makes it so much easier to do. And now I'm going to tell you something. At the end of the day, sometimes if a formula is too complicated, I don't want to be bothered with it. I just don't want to do it. It's too much work. And it's a lot of work to make this stuff. A lot of people don't realize that. This isn't something where I'm going to be downstairs splashing paints around and blah, 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 blah. Because if that was the case, it would react like everybody else's stuff when we do those crazy extreme tests. And it doesn't. This stuff does stuff that everyday projection screen demonstrations don't even do or don't even display. Most companies that come on there will explain to you the science factor of the screens on how it performs in ambient light and with different projectors. Not saying different projector, but their projector they're doing in the demonstration. All the while, it's all candy coated. And then for those who are the hobbyists, they don't want to actually push the envelope. They want to do exactly what the big companies are doing. Poor environments, cheap, overpriced projectors. They want to do the exact same thing because they figure that's how the masses are going to see it. And that's why when I go and I watch these demonstrations with the lead screens and they're explaining the ambient light and all this, in the back of my head, it's like mumbo jumbo, mumbo jumbo, mumbo jumbo. Stick it in some real serious ambient light and let's see how it reacts. That's why I like doing the exotics, because the exotics are just different in every way. They have a crazy color to it. They break all the rules when it comes to projection screens. They just do. There's no such thing as a brown screen. There's no such thing as a red screen. It doesn't exist. We're the only ones who have it. No one has a blue screen unless you're using it for special effects, but we're the only one who has it. And this color right here, there is nobody who has this color screen. And that's what I like about them. I like the brown the most. I love, out of all the screens, I like the brown. And the reason why the brown is because I consider the brown screens to be the ugly ducklings. They look ugly. They do. They look ugly. But they just pull some amazing colors, which we'll get a chance to do one of those today. But yeah, even though God gives me the ingredients on to make it, it's some of this stuff is very complicated, very, very complicated. And if you gotta, and where you gotta do things is not where people think, oh, you're mixing that. You've seen how Crow makes paint on, try to make our product. That's why we sit there and laugh at them, because there's a whole lot that goes into making this stuff. That's why you can never make any of the exotics. You can't make any of them because you can't figure out how to do can't figure out how to make them, and you can't figure out how to do the demonstrations. And I've said this before, if anybody is going to call themselves making our products, you have to do every single demonstration exactly how we did it, and you're going to have to do it live. And they're not going to get embarrassed. They're going to embarrass themselves on camera doing that. Told you, this color screen was weird. It was really, really weird. Good thing I did copy down the ingredients. I can make it anytime I want now. Yeah, it's real beautiful. So I don't know. I don't know who would utilize it. But there's always somebody doing something different that want to change the color of the screen. I don't know. This is why I need to get commercial property. This is why I need to get this stuff off YouTube. Well, we're going to do demonstrations on YouTube, but I need to get it out in the mainstream so people can, I can display the screen and people can see this, because these screens draw attraction. They do. No one's ever seen anything like it. Like I said, when I finally, and the Lord blesses me to be able to go to a trade show or something like that, to be able to display the screen. If I display one of these screens right here, this would get all the attraction because everybody else's screens all look the same. 8K color.
Getting that from YouTube.
8K demonstrations.
Getting that from YouTube.
Okay. Should have been more specific on that. Let's try, let's do some colors. Philips 4K.
Getting that from YouTube.
Let's do some colors off of this thing. That's one thing about the exotic. The exotics produce amazing colors. And like I said, even if I develop any one of the exotics, say one of these screens match an exotic, it still doesn't prove it. It still doesn't put our product on that level. Because keep in mind, any one of those screens sitting over there took years to develop. A year, 2 years, 3 years to develop. So you're looking at a product that was made in under less than a 20 or 30 minutes, depending on how the Lord allows us to be able to make it or process it, was made about in 20 or 30 minutes. That could go side by side with the screen that took 2 to 3 years to develop. It means less than probably in about a day. If God allows us to have that ability to make 3 or 4 of these in a day, 3 or 4 in a day, we have enough. Probably I'd say probably in a month's time, we can actually take out their entire inventory.
Introducing Incognito. Tastes like meat made from plants.
I like this, man. I'm just trying to figure out, like, where would I put this? I don't have any screen. I don't have any rooms left. Oh, yeah, I'm out of space. I think 2 of the colors is hardest to do, but it does allow us to get it done, though. And this drives the naysayers crazy because they don't get it. At the end of the day, I keep telling them it's God. He's the one that blesses us and gives us the ability to do it. We don't have a ceiling. I put my faith in my Lord and Savior. I give him credit for everything that I do. I take credit of nothing. And because of that, he keeps continuing to bless my hand. Technology's going to get way better than this. Like I said, if you knew exactly what I was told for this summer, yeah, we're going to be way, way, way beyond this right here. I mean, his knowledge is infinity, man. Beginning and the end, he knows everything. There's no stealing for us. We've got 2 screen paints that were actually made same day, back to back. And it's all doing it on a $150 600 by 800 res projector. That's it. 720p SVGA. No 4Ks. Not even a WXGA or XGA at 720p SVGA. And that screen's light green. I'm saying neon light green. And I think I might be working on it next. I want to do some neon green screen. I like to do a neon orange screen. That'd be cool. Woo! Woo. All right, so we're going to get in the process of painting in the brown screen. That's the brown technology. We're going to be doing that one right now. And that one right there already is our green right there. I don't even know what to call that. I don't even have a name for it yet, so we'll work out a name for us. So let's grab something else. Let me see if I got all my equipment up here. So we're going to be painting this on next. It's the next color we're going to be going for. Both of these were made on the same day.
Today, we are going to be talking about Nourish by Nature Made. Nourish walks you through everything, guys. I took this survey online. Super easy to do.
All right. So we're going to be painting in the brown screen. Since I figured out exactly what I just did with a roller. I just had the roller a few minutes ago. I'm going to paint this screen, turn it brown. All right, now we're going to do the brown screen. We got 2 screen paints that the Lord blessed us to be able to have. Now we're going to paint the brown one in. Drawing down my roller. I'll finish washing it out. Thing in the day, I'm gonna get up and I don't have something to do today. It's always have to tell myself I got nothing to do today. And the Lord's always telling me, nope, we got this to do today. Always got something to do. So let's see how we can get this to stay up there. I can use this right here. I'll use my subs. Much better. That's better. There we go. So we're going to break down the exotics, and we're going to make them. We have a new ingredient, how to make them faster, and they're going to have the exact same advancements, but this will make it a lot easier for us to manufacture these things. That color. I love the chocolate color. Love the chocolate color. And then so they're going to have these strange names. I love the strange names attached to these things. That chocolate. Sweet chocolate. Sweet chocolate. Yeah. I said you wanted to go ranking on that unicorn. Guess what? You're gonna go against that unicorn next. You're lucky I don't put you against these bad boys. Right from the door. We got time. We got time. Any product you talked about, you're gonna go against. And we're gonna throw a challenge up there for you every time. Every time. Now, you want to know what this is actually made out of? I told you, this is that tablecloth. This is a plastic tablecloth that you can buy on Amazon for $10. You could turn this into a screen. And I know the naysayers are in here watching. They're always in here watching. They're always in here watching to see exactly what we're working on, what we're making, we're developing. And they hope to God, praying to God that it fails. God is the one who gave us the technology to do it. There's no failure when it comes to God. Tell me where on YouTube somebody takes a projection stand and sticks it outside a window and does a demonstration like that. How smooth that goes on. Smooth! Nice and smooth. Comes on pretty. I love this, man. I love this. It's a shame when I gotta retire. I'm doing me a massive train set. That's all I'm gonna do is train so I retire. Woo-hoo! Can't do this forever, people. You know, later I gotta go. Things I wanna work on. A project. So then, people say, oh, what's going to happen to your products and all your formulas? Well, it's going to go to the highest bidder. Or I just might lock it up for good and no one ever see it again. I haven't decided on it yet. Well, something's going to happen to it. Woohoo! Oh, man, we don't want that. I forgot, I don't have to, just one second like that. Oh, I'm sorry. Here you go. Now it's going to be a bit shiny there for a bit. I did just paint it. Well, we got to bring it up. We need a little bit of a something there. What do we got that we can put there? Let me grab this right here. See if this will work. This will give me something there. Nope. Are we up in the front? No, we're down in the front. Trying to get it to settle just right, people. It's a bit temperamental. I need a banana put there, something bigger. Let's try this. This is better. Gotta bring the projector up a little bit. Hit the screen. Now we're a little crooked. Fighting with this, people. Now I gotta bring it down some. A little bit more. Alright, a little higher up. There we go. That's the brown technology, just paint it. I'm telling you, these colors keep up like this, we're gonna have companies asking us to do customized colors to match their logos. That screen we just painted, that was the brown screen just now. Both technologies developed today in the same span. I'd say about 30 minutes. We did 2 of these in 30 minutes. Look at the color of that. And that's chocolate brown. Let's dry it out some. Where my fans at? God is amazing. 30 minutes.
Nobody moves until I get to the bottom of this. Jenny, I expected this from Mugs, but you?
To the fan over here. This right here on my screen. There's something right there. We'll hold this thing. Watch the screen dry right there. Let's get something else. Let's see. I think it's drying out. That one already. It's for heavy. I know some of you were saying, but the fan, the side of the fan looks just as good. Yeah. The color red. What's this? Auto books.
Getting that from YouTube.
Oh, she got it this time. See? Fan can't see color. Color blue.
Getting that from YouTube.
See? Fan can't see blue. Fan can't see contrast. Samsung 4K demonstrations.
Getting that from YouTube.
So now that we have a formula that we don't even have to use, but we don't need to have to use, we can make it 10 times even faster. 20 minutes it took us to make one of these. In 30 minutes we make two. So now we can bring out, let's see what we're going to bring out. When we open up the exotics, we're going to bring out the epic blue. We're definitely going to bring out the green, because the green's beautiful. We're going to bring out this other, I got to get a name for that one, because that's a real light green. Then we have the brown over here. What else? I think that's it for right now. That's what we're going to bring out. I may bring out the burgundy. I may bring out that burgundy blaze. I may bring that out, but we'll see. So then it'll be 4 of them that'll be out. Pink unicorn is definitely coming out, because that is my all-time favorite. I love the pink unicorn. I'm going to change chocolate to something else. I'm going to give them crazier and more stranger names.
Conozca el nuevo mercado de seguros médicos de Pensilvania, incluso para coberturas gratuitas o de...
Let's go with this one right here. We should be good. That shine's going now. You usually get that shine when the paint's wet. So we're good on that. The rest of it can dry on its own. It's still wet all up in here and there and in there. I just want to get rid of that shine in those things from that extra wet paint. Look at all dry on its own. I'll put the specifications of the projector in when we're done. For those of you who are curious what we're using these 720p projectors, 600 by 800 res or 800 by 600 res, 720p SVGA. Price for me, 150 bucks. You still can get them really cheap because, like I said, when this projector came out, it was around like $315, but now they're like around, brand new on Amazon, like 280 bucks. Like I said, whoever tells you, oh, 720p's not that good, no, that's because your screen hasn't caught up yet. That's why. I can make a 720p look incredible. Nothing wrong with the projector. Something wrong with your screen. Anybody sits here and tells you that a 720p is outdated, it's not outdated, your screen's outdated. That's what the problem is. Because I guarantee if I bring it over here, it's not going to pass. And if it's anywhere in the name brands, well, we have them here too. There's nothing wrong with 720p. Your screen's outdated, that's all. I have some customers that contact me and they'll have white projection screens using 4K and 1080p projectors. And they say the image looks good. No, you're getting nothing out of that. I mean, literally nothing out of that. Good, very good projector, but you just got getting what you're supposed to get out of it. And here I am. I got this cheap projector over here. My image looks better than yours. My screen's not even white. It's chocolate brown. And like I said, it's not your fault because you bought a white screen, because that's all you see. If you go to Amazon, if you go to eBay, that's all you see is white screens. If you want some of the high-end screens, like I said, you want one of the high-end screens, and you're talking about a couple $1,000 easily. Some are even shocked when I tell them on the phone. I say, yeah, if you want that particular screen and that deep HD gray or deep HD gray or dark gray or gunmetal, I'm talking about $4 or $5 grand easily. And that's just for 100-inch. That's it. No 120-inch, no 100 to 120-inch. It's 100-inch only. That's what you're getting. And here we are over here with 720p and chocolate and green screens. As a matter of fact, if you take that green screen and chocolate screen, that's Andy's Mints. When you think about it, Andy's Mints are basically, that's pretty cool. Andy's Mints. Yeah, because the screens actually, the screens are actually, the chocolate's actually that color green and the chocolate color. I think this week we're just going to display the chocolate and mint. We're going to call this chocolate and mint. The combination is chocolate and mint. We got a chocolate, we got a green, chocolate and mint. And guess what surface that's painted on? That's the same surface that we use to do the transparent screen for the Limitless Black. That right there is a tablecloth. That plastic tablecloth your parents may have to protect their table from getting damaged. That's what that's made out of. $10. $10 for an 8x10. Well, we're nice and dry. Let's see what else we got on here we can play around with. And I'll put the specifications on my projector. If I see any of them on Amazon, you should be able to find them on Amazon, because I bought one of these before. I bought one of these way back when they first came out. I paid about $280 for it. Now this projector right here has 3,600 lumens, and it does have 22,000 to 1 contrast. And don't even ask me why. Doosan is kind of a bit of a madman when they develop projectors, because this is a, keep in mind, it's a 600 or 800 by 600 res projector SVGA with 3600 lumens and 235.1 anamorphic lens with a 22,000 to 1 contrast. I don't know why they would do that with a projector that's 800 to 600 SVGA, but you know, like I said, they did that with the black one they had. They had a black version of this one, and that was around 3,300 lumens with a 20,000 to 1 contrast. That mint chocolate. That mint chocolate. Couldn't be at a trade show. I really couldn't. I'd laugh my behind off. If I sat behind one of these guys when they were explaining the technology behind the screen, I literally would just start laughing. It's not to be rude or disrespectful, but it's like, come on, man. Seriously? You can't feed this much mumbo jumbo. And it is mumbo jumbo. That's how I feel it is. Like I said, when I watched the demonstration, when they were showing off the there's a ceiling light projection, and the guy sat there and said, well, my blinds are open. I'm like, really? Your blinds are open? Are you kidding me? That slither of light pushing through? That's your blinds being open? I know that's not your blinds being open. Guarantee if somebody was breaking into your car, you wouldn't have your blinds like that. You'd pull them things all the way up to see exactly who was damaging your vehicle. You're not going to look through that. No, come on. They're not open. That's not open. The windows that we have upstairs are open. That's an open window. As a matter of fact, yesterday, like I said, going as far as sticking a 1,000 lumen projector outside my window on a ledge, or not a ledge, a little balcony we built for it, and then having that sunlight directly hit on top of that, and having that 1,000 lumens travel from outside inside the house, and then hit a screen with a 130 watt lamp in the middle. That's an ambient light projection demonstration. Yesterday I sat up there, had all four of my black screens showing off. 135, we had a 200 lumen projector on the wall, painted wall. 2800 lumen Optima hitting the wallpaper screen. I gotta go in there and put that information in there. I'm sorry about that too. I was supposed to go put that information on where you can go get those screens at. So I'll take care of that today. I'll go in and put that information in for you. So you can go in there, you can click and link where you can get the wallpaper from, or the motorized screen I had in the demonstration. So I do apologize about that. I'll get that taken care of, trust me. Because sometimes when I get done doing all this, first thing my brain wants to do is just shut down and sleep. Now, the reason why I like the brown screens, because you would never think that you would get white levels from a brown color from a brown. I call the brown screens like the ugly ducklings. I mean, they're undesired. It's a brown screen, and you look at it like, ugh. But when that screen fires up on a projector, it turns into a swan. Maybe we're gonna start signing our labels, God's technology. Because it is. At the end of the day, it's just technology. It's not mine, because I can't take it with me when I pass off the earth. So it's his. Shoot, everything you have, you can't take with you. You're not taking anything with you when you go. I have yet to see a U-Haul truck behind a funeral line. Yet. You're not taking it with you. You bury it with you, but you're not taking it with you. So it just stays here on the earth for somebody else to take it up. Isn't that interesting? like everything you collected, everything you made, everything you built, everything you designed will stay here, and you will leave it behind. Somebody else will pick it up. And they will go through it, and they will leave it behind, and somebody else will pick it up. And this will go on for centuries. That's why you have antiques that have been here since the 18th centuries and since the 15th and the 14th centuries, because they couldn't take it with them. It's here for somebody else to pick up. So we built our screen out of a $10 8x10 plastic tablecloth used to protect your tables. That's what the screen's made out of. Plastic. Those are saying, oh, that's a bunch of craziness, Ken. Oh, not really, to tell you the truth. There you go. See? It's made out of plastic. That same plastic tablecloth your mother or grandmother may have on her table to keep from getting the damage. That's what it is. That's what it's made out of. I told you, you can paint this stuff on anything. $10. $10. Well, I know you're going to spend money for good, expensive blackout cloth. You're going to paint over it anyway. Go get yourself some plastic. And it stretches pretty good, too. Well, like I said, we make acoustic blackout cloth. You decide you don't want to paint, that's not your thing, then we have acoustic screens. As a matter of fact, I was supposed to do it this week. Yeah, we're going to have to fit it in this week. Probably Saturday. Saturday, we'll bring out the acoustic blackout cloth, 235.1 and 135. They will be available on Saturday. Because I have a ship out date coming up, that's why. So I need to get this in right now, because after that, you're not going to see too many videos because I have ship out dates to do. Let's change this up to something else. Let's go back. You got to see that one up close. That's what I like about the chocolate brown screens. You know, you would think that screen would display such a dirty, dirty image. And look how clean that image is. You can even see the individual gold trims, the red rubies. Look at her necklace. And that's on a screen that's brown. And yet it's producing contrast all at the same time. That's a color coding technology, allows the screen to be able to read. Now, the only reason why I think someone get a brown screen, unless you have a bar that has a lot of woodwork in it. I mean, to each his own. I don't know what you would use the brown screens for, but that's what the exotics are designed for. You can paint the screen to the interior what you want. That's why the gamer paint upstairs is green. It's designed to match the projection screen setup that I have for my environment for that particular setup. My whole projector and stand that I built upstairs. These are probably for people who just want odd, strange colors. They just want something different. Unicorn is definitely going to be available because a lot of women bought the unicorn because, like I said, it's a pink screen. There's some guys that bought it. No problem with that. I like pink just as much as everybody else likes pink. You know? I had somebody sit there and say, well, why would you call it unicorn? Because the screen is actually named the unicorn. That's God gave me the ID. It's a unicorn. You know the thing about that screen? We gave the screen such an interesting, girly name that screen would beat the living daylights out of your screen with no problem. That's the beautiful thing about it. I'll make a screen, if I could get away with it and they gave me the rights, I'd make a screen called Care Bear. And that screen would beat the daylights out of your screen. I would actually hyper perform that screen to make it insanely incredible, even though it has such a girly name. And if you were to put it against your screen, it would whip the daylights out of it. Now mind you, the reason why I say this is because when I used to do, now mind, these are modded lobbies. We're not going in lobbies and doing this because, you know, you're not supposed to do that. when you basically mod your games or mod your characters and stuff like that, you playing a modded lobby with other modders to keep it fair. And one of the favorite things I used to design my characters is as Barbie dolls and Care Bears. Yep, ain't nothing worse than getting sniped by a Care Bear. I picked the most girliest thing ever. Like if you were doing drag racing, you know, and somebody shows up with a car that's pink that looks like a Fisher-Price Barbie mobile, had flower wheels on it, and it just looked the most girliest thing you ever seen in your entire life. But that thing had a nasty engine underneath of it. It's embarrassing to get beat by a car like that. The car had a giant basket in the front of it. It had the eyelashes on it. It had pink tint on it. The most girliest vehicle you could possibly think of. And your car, being a mean Lamborghini with the beautiful colors and all that, your car got blown out by that. Yeah, that's embarrassing. That's why I like the unicorn. We even got a screen called Purple Lavender. Purple Lavender! I like the colors. Anybody think pink? No, pink is not a gay color. It's not. I wear pink from time to time. I think one of my favorite outfits when I used to wear suits, I had an all jet black suit, shoes, peak coat to match and everything, and I have a nice pink tie to set it off. Pink's a beautiful color. Let's see. Let's go. Oh, we got to do the screen certified. Ugh. Yeah, we get that done. I'm so into the screen right now. Let's get this done. Let's get this done. Get it done. We're going to do it with the Dark Star 9, as we do with the 3. Chocolate. Chocolate. Chocolate, chocolate, chocolate. Yeah. This would be a great screen for Hershey's to have in their boardroom. This would be a great screen for Hershey's to have in their boardroom. A chocolate screen in their boardroom. And you can have their customized frame with the Hershey logo all around it. That'd be nice. All right, there we are. We have the Parallax, if I'm saying that correctly, I probably butchered that one. We have against that screen, we have a Gray Cinema 5D and the Dark Star 9. Those are both elite screens right there. Okie doke, so let's begin this. Let's see what we got here. White screen saver.
Getting that from YouTube.
All right, we'll see how the white levels pull up first. All right, there's the white levels right there. Now let's go into it. Pulls a pretty good white level to a brown screen. Isn't that interesting? All right, so let's go over to red. Red screen. Bet you get Audiobooks.
Audible lets you
Told you.
experience
For some reason, something wrong there with her translation. Blue screen.
Getting that from YouTube.
Like I'm clearly saying red screen, and she's saying Audiobooks. Like, where are you getting Audiobooks from? Like, really weird. One of these days, I got the fear that I'm going to wake up one day and say, hey, put on Dennis the Menace, because I like to watch the old shows from back in the day, like the Dick Van Dyke Show and stuff like that. I love Lucy. And she'll go, no, Ken, not today. You should read a book. I'm like, really? Seriously? All right, we can come out of here, and we can get our red screen from here, because we don't need her for that one. Let's see how it picks up red. Look at that, brown screen. This is a brown screen. The reason why we do this is to show that the screen is using color coding technology. With the screens being such an odd, weird color next to a gray screen, because I'll have people say, okay, look, all right, it's a brown screen. How do the colors compare to a certified screen? And this is what we're showing you. This is how the colors compare. Where I told you before, with this technology embedded in here, screens can actually read color because the screen's brown. If you go back and see where I painted the screen, it's brown. Let's come out of here and let's pull some other colors up. Let's go over here with this shade back and forth.
The new KFC sandwich is made exactly how it should be. By chicken people, not burger people. It's finger licking good.
Do a little shading in there. back and forth with the colors. I love the brown screens, I do. Let's go in here and let's grab something else. Let's grab green. We need green, 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 green. Is that green? Yeah, we got green right there. There's green right there. Okay. Let's pull up. Let me see. Let's do a color change out. So this will flick back and forth between colors. Like I said, anytime you're watching demonstrations on screen paint, they should be doing this with projection screens. Honestly, to tell you the truth, they really should be. You have to see how your projector is perceiving color. What does it look like? How does it see red? How does it see blue? How does it see green? This is why we do these solid colors. If anyone tells you this is unnecessary, does not have to be done, it means your screen cannot do it, and that means it's basically a waste of your time. You need to see this. Because if red comes out washed out, I guarantee you, if you show up a demonstration with beautiful flowers, it's going to look the same way as it displayed in the solid red. It's going to be nothing different about that. This is what you should be seeing. All right. Got the wrong one. I'm sure we got both of them mixed up in there. I still haven't found my manual panel for my other projector here. Like literally, there's no freaking manual panel on here. Like you have to have the remote control to operate this ultra short throw projector. Pretty sure it's got to be on there somewhere. I'm probably missing a spot. All right, so now we're just doing multiple shade outs with brighter colors. Add some light blues and stuff like that. We'll do grays and stuff like that next. All right, so let's bring out the color gray.
Getting that from YouTube.
Let's start off with a dark gray first. Here's the dark gray. We should have a light gray in there somewhere. We should have the light gray. Light gray.
Sorry, I didn't find a device named Light.
See what I mean? Light gray screen.
Getting that from YouTube.
There's light gray. I mean, these screens are gray. This screen's brown. It's a brown screen. Okie dokie. All right, let's go with the Starfield demonstration next. Starfield demonstration. And here's the Starfield demonstration. Now, we gotta go back and we gotta do it again with the lights up. Ugh. No, gotta do this for every demonstration. Every last one of them. Now we have to go back. And we have to go back to gray. Okay, I don't know what that's about, what we clicked on. As for a great test. All right, we got music behind that one. And one fell off. Okie dokie. Gray screen.
Getting that from YouTube.
Thank you. All right, let's go. Let's start. There's a reason why they don't do these tests, because it's too much work for them. They don't want to do it. You have to do the test. Gray screen. Start gray. Now we're going to switch over to a lighter gray. Now we're going to switch over to colors. The color blue screen.
Getting that from YouTube.
There's blue being displayed. And then from there, we'll go to the colors. If they give us the colors, we can do a swap out there, but I want to do that one right there.
Treat yourself this winter with a Wawa Toasted Caramel Crunch handcrafted beverage or a cinnamon bun
Winter.
coffee.
I'm trying to get past winter. I want to get ready to start building my other setup outside. There we go. So that's a swap off between those two colors. We still have to bring in a red. There's a red right there. There you go. That's what you get in red. Do a color swap out. And like I said, the screens work on a white screen. They do. They all work on white screens. That's what they've been tested on. They've been tested on white screens to produce better contrast and better color than a white screen. But this is not a white screen. The screen is brown. So this is something they're not used to being tested against. So bottom line is when I do these demonstrations, I know they're not going to have the ability to match up against a brown screen. They've never been tested on a brown screen or green screen or any of the weird screens we have around here. It's to show that the screens that we have can maintain different colors without basically becoming too, what's the word? I can just say it this way. All right, a better way of putting it. If you're showing off a brown screen, people want to see if the screen can produce a red level next to a certified screen that does have the ability to produce red, if you know what I mean by that one. So if I show up a brown screen, the first thing I say is brown. How do the colors come up? Because in the back of your mind, you're thinking everything has to come up with a tint of brown in it. You're not going to get proper reds and blues and greens. So that's why I put them against the certified screens, so you can see that the screens can produce proper and brighter colors, sometimes much more advanced than the certified screens. And that's without calibrating my projector. My projector behind me is not calibrated. This is the $150 projector that I got off eBay. That's still in the factory settings. No calibrated needed. That's why I said at the end of the day, the reason why you have to calibrate your projector is because your screen, not your projector, your screen is lacking. And that's why you have to go calibrate your projector. Your projector is perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with it. You don't have to calibrate it at all. I'm doing this on a brown screen. I didn't calibrate my projector to get the colors to pop up this way. There's nothing wrong with the projector. The screen just can't pick it up. That's the reason why you have to go in and calibrate your projector and darken your environment and all the other nonsense that comes along with it, because the screen is having problems. So someone suggests you that you want to get the best perfect colors. The screen don't want to stay up there. You want to get the best perfect colors. You got to calibrate. No, you don't. No, you don't. Calibrating came in, as I said before, with white screens. That's when they came in with white screens. The white screens couldn't produce proper color. That's when they came out with calibrating the projector to get the colors to look a little bit better on a white screen. That's where it all came in at. White screens are so old. They've been around since the silent eras of movies. That's a long time to be around, to have that technology around, since the silent era of movies. So that's where calibrating came in, because people were having problems with being able to get the color to adjust just right. Even if they were in the dark, the color was still washed out and still fading. And keep in mind, at that particular time, all screens and all setups were done in the dark. If you lived in the area that I lived in and you had neighbors who went on trips all the time, and they would come over and they would bring up this screen that they would set up in your living room, and they bring out a photo slideshow. God, the slideshow nightmare. And they would just go through slide after slide after slide and narrating. They would bring out the little portable projector. I remember when I was coming up, I don't know how it is when you were coming up in school, but when I was coming up, we had reel-to-reel. We had the reel-to-reel that you snap in, and they would put feed the tape to the feeder, and it would go, the squeaky lines would come down, and the music would, that's the era I grew up in. So that room had to be dark in order to fire that up. Now with the technology we have in projectors today, why in the world are they still selling white screens? But then again, it's not a bad thing, because now with our technology, you can just code over a white screen and get a high performance screen. You code over whatever you want. This is a plastic tablecloth that I'm using right now for my screen. So like I said, calibrating, yeah, when somebody tells me you got to calibrate the projector, I start laughing. I'm like, why are you calibrating the projector? My projector's in factory settings in 600 by 800 res. SVGA. It's not even 4K or 1080p. Even in 720p standards, it's low, because this is a WXGA. I got an XGA upstairs. This is an SVGA.
try to control things. I try to control.
Spend all this money for these overpriced screens and overpriced projectors and cave-like environments. I couldn't deal with that nonsense. Sony 4K.
Getting that from YouTube.
See when I show you the reds first? That's why I show you the reds first. You got a better chance with the lights off. The lights on, they reflect too much white light. Now consider the fact the price tag of the screen. Talking about $1,400, $5,000, $3,000. And that's a 100-inch only. This technology paints up to a 120-inch screen. Heck, my screen over here is a 138-inch 235.1. How much do you think that would cost you for one of those screens? If 100 inches is $5,000 to around $1,300 to $1,400, it's a 100-inch. Let's go to 138, and then we'll make it at 235.1. And you haven't even got the projector yet. So keep in mind when you get the screen, if you were to tell them like, okay, look, I bought the screen from you. I want to use a 720p projector from you. Not from you, but you want a 720p projector. Like, no, you can't do that. If you go to any forum site right now, any forum site you can go to right now, and I guarantee if you sat there and told them that, look, I own this particular screen, and I want to use a 720p projector, they will laugh you off that page. They'll laugh you off that page. Like, why? It's an outdated projector. It's not even worth your time. It's not going to pull the color right, contrast is not going to come right. It's not worth your time. You need to spend money at least for a good 1080p projector at $2,000, or a 4K, or if you can, a 4K laser, if you can get one of those. That's another, what, $3-4 So you're talking about a good $5,000 for a screen, and then about $4,000 for a projector, even at $3,000. Anything in that 5,000 mark that's going to add to that, it's going to jump to $6,000, $7,000, $8,000, or $9,000. You haven't even bought your speakers yet, so chances are they're going to advise you to get some crazy expensive speakers on top of that. And then you haven't even bought your movie chairs, your popcorn machine, and any of the accessories that you need in your environment. Yeah, you're talking about a lot of money. Meanwhile, I can come in here with my $150 projector, fully lit environment, which is much brighter than yours, and I can pull colors up on my screen that you can, and you can't even pull contrast level, and I can do the window light splashing down on top of my screen. Because your screen can't read proper color. That's because they say you have to have it. And then keep in mind, with all that expensive equipment that you have and that expensive projector, you still got to calibrate it. At the end of the day, you still have to calibrate that projector. That's the sad thing about it. What kind of projector you got? Yeah, mine has a 2,000,000:1 contrast level, and this, that, and the other, and 12-bit, whatever. At the end of the day, you still have to calibrate it because the screen can't pick it up. You still got to use it in an ambient light controlled environment. There's no way in the world you're going to pull that off in this fully lit environment. So you're still going to be stuck in the dark with it. Like I said, I go to these forum sites on Facebook, and these people have the most amazing setups. And the first thing I ask is, can you show me a picture with the lights on and that screen activated? And when I see the demonstration with the lights on, the screen is all washed out around the edges. The city's faded and washed out. Not supposed to look like that. Now with the money you just spent on that projector. And I'll show them a demonstration on my projector. This is my 720p right here, fully lit environment.
It's a win-win. The winning lineup of
Well, at the end of the day, they're painting over that screen.
Cherokee Company.
And this screen's brown. My chocolate brown screen. Hold on for a minute. I'll sit here for a minute. I'm gonna go over to, let's do this one right here. Chocolate brown, chocolate brown. And if I wanted to, I can name this screen Chocolate Bunny for all I care. You know what I mean? It's called AR Chocolate Bunny. And you can sit there and laugh at it, but I guarantee it's going to blow your screen clean out of the water. No problem. I can do things on this screen that you could never do on your projection setup. Same thing like Unicorn. Has a weird name attached to it, and it can do things those screens can't do. Look how beautiful that image looks. If I had a $4,000, well, I had a $4,000 wallet on this projector right here, which is the other one I have right here. I had a $4,000 wallet on that one. Sorry, my dirty socks, but I had a $4,000 wallet on that one. I could have went with any one of the projectors. I went with a 720p WXG. I just upgraded from XG to a WXG. That's all I had to do. And the screen can't. Image is on my. This is Midnight Mustard right there. That's a Midnight Mustard screen right there. That's an exotic. And that screen, when I didn't unbox it, it came out looking gorgeous. First time showing that projector of unboxing. Nothing changed. No calibrating. Only thing I changed on the projector was turn it to 235.1, and I had to do the keystoning to fit in the screen, and that was it. That's all I had to do. Done. So we're going to get the exotics, because now we got a way to design these much faster, much easier. Like I said, it's very complicated to design this stuff. Even though, like I said, it takes 20 minutes, but you got to see how it's done. It's real interesting, I'm telling you. Lord tells me exactly what to put into it. There's no thought process. I don't have to think about what's going to go into this, that, and the other to make it react. Most people, when they develop screen paints, they have to go through a think process. They have to think, if I mix this with that and this and that. So, no, when you're dealing with God, there's no think process. It's there in your head. Just as easy as you saying A, B, C, D, E, F, G. It's that easy. That's how it comes to me. In my sleep, where I wake up, if I get it in my sleep, sometimes I get it in the middle of the day. I can be sitting there watching TV and it'll pop inside my head. I've done it on camera a few times. Say, you know what? I got the idea. We're going to build this and put this thing together right now. And sure enough, we build it, put together, we do a demonstration right off of it. So there's no thinking. Sometimes no thinking involved when God gives you that idea, when it pops into your head. You know exactly what to put into it. It's kind of like he's controlling your hand as you do it. He's telling you what to put in. And what you got to learn to do, what people got to learn to do, is learn to shut up and listen to what he's telling you. Don't put in your ifs, ands, and buts. Don't put in your doubts. Clear your mind and just listen to what he's telling you. You think you're smarter than God? No. Listen to what he has to say. And once you start doing that, and you make that a habit of doing that, you can hear much more clear. I've had incidents happen to me. One time I was working on something. I had a power drill in my hand. I was working on something, and I set my cell phone right there on the corner of where I was working at. And the Lord told me to move my cell phone and put it over here, which I'm glad I did. I picked up the cell phone. I moved it over there. And sure enough, the drill slipped out of my hand and landed in the same spot where the cell phone was at. I learned to listen to that. God talks to you, gives you knowledge. It's just we're so arrogant and we're so thinking that me, and all this other stuff. We cloud our judgment on. We cloud our path so much. Learn to give him the glory for everything. Life goes so much easier. Now, this is coming from a person who fought him tooth and nail. I didn't take the easy road. I took the long way. Out of my Christian family, they'll tell me, yeah, Kenny took the long way. I did. I took the long way. I went through the system. I went through the long way. That's where I found God when I got locked up. That's where I found him. Took the long way. It took for me to get locked up in order for me to find God. And here I am now, talking about his wonderful works. Chocolate! Chocolate! So I gotta pray on this and see what name he gives me for the chocolate screen. Chocolate. Interesting thing about it, I hate chocolate. I don't hate the chocolate. I eat it if it's like a desire, but I ain't a chocolate fan. I mean, if you give it to me, chocolate will sit upstairs in my cabinets or in my refrigerator for years. I'm not a big fan of chocolate. But I do like the chocolate. I like the chocolate screen because it looks people desirable look to it, but the colors that come out of it, this would be a fantastic screen for Hershey's, for their boardroom. We make chocolate. Even the screens look like they're made out of chocolate. You want to hear something interesting about the exotics? All the exotics have an invisible version to them. You didn't know that, did you? They do. They have invisible versions attached to them. So if I wanted to make an invisible version of the exotic, I can do that with the technology. I told you, all the technology that God gives us has stair-step capabilities, which means we can alter and change it into something even different. It's upgradable. I think this is the projector I would use in a trade show. I would go to one of them trade shows they have, and I would go up there, like I said, with an odd color screen. They'd be like, wait. I would even put the projector on display with lights around it, like it's an expensive projector. And I know they would stare like, is this a 600 by 800 res projector? Yeah, I would use this one. I would definitely use this one. I'm not even going to bother with the Christie projector. I would just use this one right here. Because the Christie projector is 1920 by 1200 WXGA at 4300 lumens. This is 3600 lumens at 800 by 600 at SVGA. I would use this projector for the demonstration. I mean, I already know how it's going to turn out. I've already tested your stuff already, so. And I come on with this really crazy looking screen. Number one, the screen's going to draw attraction. Like I said, you're talking about being in an area of projection screens where majority screens are going to be gray or gunmetal or dark gray or just gray. That's what they're going to be. Imagine all that, you see a purple screen sitting up there. What do you think people are going to be staring at the most? They're going to be staring at that purple screen. And then when they look at the projector that's being used, they're all going to be sitting around there staring at this funny looking projector. Like, wait a minute, everybody's got 4K and 8K projectors, laser. I'm like at the top of the lines in there. And I'm using this little projector right here. It's all I'm using. And I want them to laugh at it. I want them to laugh at it, snicker, crack jokes about it. Because when I turn that switch and that projector comes on, there you go. And that's not even the finisher. The finisher is to use the same amount of lighting that they're using in their environment. And then I hit that switch and that screen, boom, all that light just comes down on top of it. Makes their screens wash out completely. Yeah, that's how you do it. That's the information. That's how God shows me on how to set up for demonstrations. So now they're looking at a screen that's a weird color, producing beautiful colors on a projector that's never been calibrated, an SVGA old projector at $150. And I'm using 10 times more light than you're using in your environment because I know how much light you're using in your environment. I watch your video demonstrations. Yep. At the end of the day, all they're going to talk about is that purple screen and that outdated projector and how much light that screen took in.
More of the entertainment you love. And the phone you want on us. All starting at just $35.
I mean, it's interesting. Only God would give you the technology to be able to have the technology and to develop the technology, but he will give you the idea on how to run your company, your business, how to do everything. Remember, He's the king of knowledge. Helps me out in everything I do. Everything I do, he helps me out in everything I do. And if it's down to gardening or feeding my squirrels or whatever it may be, he helps me out in everything. Everything. I rely for him on everything. Even how to handle situations where people don't know how to carry themselves right. But like I said, if I wanted to be devious about it, and I'm not going to do that, like I tell people in the video, buy his product. You know what I mean? But like I said, it's not on the level of our technology, and it isn't on the level of our technology. But his product does work. But if I wanted to be devious about it, I could reconstruct his very same product and make it more advanced than what he's selling it, and I could actually use it in a demonstration to blow out his own stuff. If I wanted to go down that road, I can easily advance the technology on any level you could possibly think of. I can have it pull contrast, brighter colors, the whole 9 yards, everything. And I can put it against his own product and blow his own product out with his own stuff. And then probably sell it for $1. See, that'd be malicious. That'd be wrong. I don't do stuff like that because at the end of the day, I got to answer to God, and he's the one that gave me the ability to do this. So I'm not going to allow the devil to take a hand and basically telling me, hey, we should do it this way. I'm like, nah, I'm not going to do it this way. I remember I had to pray and ask the Lord on how to handle the situation when his product got here. And like I said, if some people feel that's unfair, how I did it, it's not unfair. If you're going to basically make statements that you have the same technology or better than we do, then it's only fair that I put you through all the tests that our technology has to go through. If it is the same, it should match with no problem. So if that bothered you, so guess what? I guess the truth does hurt. Sorry about that, but it does. And like I said before, he doesn't have the same as we do. As I'm showing you up a green and brown screen. Chocolate mint, chocolate mint, chocolate mint. That'd be a cool name for it. I wish I could get a screen that'd be like chocolate mint together, like a swirl. Ooh, that would be interesting. I wonder if that's even possible to do a swirly color, like what's it called? They used to do it in the 70s with Andy Garcia with the shirts and stuff. They have a swirl of colors all in. That would be pretty cool. I gotta pray on that one right there. Called Rainbow Mix. Rainbow Mix. Colors all swirled together. Boom. That'd be interesting. Well, I was born in the 70s, boy. This would have been a crazy hit. 60s and 70s. That'd have been a hit. Tie-dye. That's what it's called. Tie-dye. That's what it's called. Ah, cute little wolfies. Cute wolfies. I love dogs. I love wolves. I love all kinds of animals. I think Amazon may still have this projector. I think it's like $280. I know when I bought it was like $280. About $280 when I bought the first ones. I bought one of these before. I gave it away. I gave it to a church. But yeah, it's a good projector. I love it. With our technology, it looks absolutely incredible. And like I said, all that mumbo jumbo they feed you that you have to have this projector, man, that's mumbo jumbo, man. Save your money. Save your money. Beautiful Women 4K.
Getting that from YouTube.
Yeah, they always butcher that one. I gotta go in and do that one myself. So they always mess up the 4K. They actually spell the 4 and then they put the K in. So you have to go in and have to do it this way because for some reason, see that way. It's interesting because when I go into the Sony and I say 4K, it literally brings up 4K. On here, it doesn't bring up 4K. It spells 4 and inputs in K. And then that confuses the system. There you go. So let's see what the skin tones look like on a chocolate brown screen. Ooh, chocolate brown. Paint it onto a plastic tablecloth. Now, keep in mind, so you're sure about, I'll tell you about this, it's the protective plastic tablecloth, okay? Don't get actual table. Man, probably work with a tablecloth. We still haven't done the shower curtain yet because the polyester shower curtains work fantastic. I gotta buy one. It's a good size shower curtain you can use. It doesn't make a difference if it has print on it. You're painting right over top of it. You're not going to see it. So that's what we gotta do. We gotta do a week of just buying crazy stuff off Amazon and turning it into a projection screen. I'm definitely doing a yoga mat. I definitely want to do a yoga mat. Because I have projectors that, as a matter of fact, the stand that I had that allows me to be able to shoot an image downward, that'd be perfect for a yoga mat. Now, mind you, if you're going to be stepping all over this, right, you are going to damage the screen. So, what you want to use is you want to use a form of floor protector, polyurethane floor protector, and you want to spray that over top the screen. You want to make sure that you get it in ultra matted or matte, whatever it's called, ultra flat. Because remember, your projector is going to be hitting this and it's going to be reflecting light all over the place. So you make sure it cancels out by the time it hits the screen. So it's a little trick how you do it. We'll make a small one, walk all over top of it. Matter of fact, I might just use it as a doormat. And then we'll come in and we'll use it. We're going to have it. We're going to have high traffic at. I might just give it to a friend of mine because she has a bunch of kids. Leave it in the middle of the floor. Let them run all over top of it. That's a good test right there. What it's going to do is when the projector hits, it's going to transfer to the protective coating, hit the black screen, be able to read the coding inside the black screen and produce color coming up through. That's how you're going to be to see it. The protective coating is so you don't walk across the screen and scuff the living daylights out of it and damage it. So that's what that's for. You don't want to make sure it's a satin or a sheen or something glossy, but what's going to happen when the projector hits that, it's going to cause a reflective and it's going to cause the hot spot and probably blind the living daylights out of you. So you want to make sure that it is ultra flat. That's how you want to do it. Because I've had to do golf simulators. When people do golf simulators, they will spray our stuff on golf simulators. And mind, this is something that's being hit over and over again with a golf ball, and that's why you put that coating on it. It will protect it. Yes. Right, there's the white levels on the brown screen. Oakley dokely. Oakley dokely. Oakley dokely. Oakley dokely. Oakley dokely. Oakley dokely. There's green screen. Bam! Told you. Sorry, I like doing that. I get that sometimes. I say it's funny. It's weird. Like I can read people's minds before they start thinking. Because I know people back there are saying, "Well, you're not that close up to the screen as you was to the brown screen." Yeah, it does the same thing. It has color coding technology in it. Even the screen's green, and you see how dark it's coming up when it hits against the projector. See me how it changes? All that turns dark. It changes. When I put it over there, it's nice and bright. So these two screens were made today in 30 minutes of each other. Tell me my Lord and Savior, it's not amazing. Look at that. Look how beautiful that looks. Isn't that quite impressive? Isn't that quite impressive? And yet that screen is green. Chocolate brown, green. Do, 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 do. There you go. That's one of them. That's the green. That's the chocolate brown. What is color coding? Right, first time we talked about color coding technology. Oh man, they came in the flood like, oh, it's no such thing as color coding technology. That's virtually impossible, blah, 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 blah. That's because you have no faith in God. That's why you can't believe in it. This is why when I explain to people that our technology has no ceiling whatsoever, because now we had that code. We got two codes now. We have color coding technology, and pretty soon we'll have that sun killer technology. When that stuff is finalized, oh my goodness, you have no idea. I told you, we got technology already set up for 3 and 4 years in advance. Already set up for 3 and 4 years already in advance. While you guys are still trying to figure out how this technology works, we're already working on technology for 3 and 4 years in advance already. Okie doke. Well, we're going to do the next one. Not now, because I got something to do right now. I got to order some stuff to get ready for orders. But that is the gray technology right there. We're going to do some demonstrations on contrast, how you're supposed to see a demonstration done on gray paints. We're going to do it against certified screens. We're going to do contrast levels at it. And doing colors and stuff like that, that's easy. That's nothing. That's easy. We want to do the things that you're not supposed to do on these screens where people don't want to show you. They want to show you those contrast levels. We're going to play with it on that screen right there. That has, it's a 15 that has 100% code built into it. So we're going to have some fun with that. The acoustics, that's for picture taking today because we got to get ready for that one right there. All right, I'm going to get out of here real quick. It's my chocolate screen. Chocolate screen. It's chocolate. All right, I'm going to get out of here real quick because I got much to do. Thank you all for taking the time to come in and watch. If you're interested in our screen paints, I left some information at the bottom. I still got to get back into that other demonstration and put those links up on where you can get the wallpaper screen and where you can get the, look at that, half of it's being hit with the projector. Look how the green's coming up and half of it's being hit with the projector. Anyway, I got to put that information. We get the wallpaper screen, the motorized fixed frame screen, motorized screens, and the fixed frame screens. If I can still track those down. I don't know if the company's still making them, but I'll try to find a 180 inch for a good price and put up there if you decide you want to go down that route and get one of those screens. Other than that, the exotics probably will start showing appearances probably next Monday, not this Monday, but next Monday. We'll have the acoustic screens ready on Saturday. And yeah, that's basically about it for now. All right, got to go. I'll be back on later on because I'm going to do that gray screen. We're going to do that gray screen demonstration next. That's going to be fun. We're going to use the same projector. Maybe I will bring down 1,000 lumens too on top of that. All right, got to go. God bless.